Alrighty, hi soul family. So we're back at it again with another journal entry from the past, and we're going to give myself advice as my future self. So I found a page that is quite interesting, but yeah. Okay, so we're going to read the journal entry and get right into it. So this one is about cutting a soul tie, and I recently realized that I have a soul tie with you. I acknowledge our tie and I set you free. I set me free. I cut the rope to let you go. I was so angry slash sad for so long I couldn't forgive you, so I kept going back to you. But I am done. I choose me. No matter how hard it is for me to move on and let go, I realize it really wasn't about you because I know you are a selfish and bad person. But I fell in love with the idea of who you are. I created a better version of you in my head. I realized that person never existed. I acknowledge our good times, I acknowledge our bad times, but I set me free. I am so happy that I finally started choosing me. Goodbye, blank, because I will not be name dropping on here. I will no longer hurt. I will no longer feel hurt thinking about you. You will soon become a forgotten memory, and the soul tie is broken. One thing I do want to say to past me is it wasn't that easy to just write about it and let it go. It took a lot of crying. It took a lot of being honest with ourselves. And if I'm being completely honest, that person that we broke a tie with, they weren't necessarily a bad person. Selfish, yes, but not a bad person. One thing that we learn now is that people aren't all good and all bad. So that's why you were able to have good memories with this person. If this person was all bad, you wouldn't be able to have good memories with this person. However, they have become a forgotten memory. I remember the days where we used to think about that person so much because it was the first time we ever fell in love. And I know you kept beating yourself up because you kept returning back to that person. But you know what? Like, we needed to go back because we weren't done. And we needed to see that we were worth so much more than what this person can actually give us. And that took time. That took a lot of healing. And we lost ourselves after that relationship, but we found ourselves again. So it was really just one of those things where we had to hit rock bottom to really shoot all the way back up. And I know it was hard to let go of it, and releasing soul ties is hard because every time you share an emotional connection with someone, or you sleep with someone, that bond is created, and it's hard to break it once you guys are no longer together. But that takes time, and constantly cutting the rope, it really got us free. And also learning to love ourselves and to really acknowledge that that person wasn't exactly who we thought they'd be. We also realized that we used to do that a lot in our relationships, not just romantic but friendships as well, where we would create versions of that person that made us feel better, like, oh, they're gonna change, or this is what they actually meant. Now we actually take people's words for what they are, what they say, instead of just what we think that we want them to say. So that has been a really good thing for our heart, because we went down the path of still doing the same bullshit, and we kept getting our heart broken and broken and broken and broken. But at some point you have to stop. And I did stop, and it's okay. I'm sending you love, sending past version of me love, and anybody else who can relate to, like, not understanding why you keep going back to somebody even though you know they're not good for you. It's because you don't love yourself enough. And when you get to that place where you love yourself, no matter what, you will always choose yourself, even if it's hard to choose yourself, right? Because the thing is, even when you gain boundaries and you learn to love yourself, when somebody does you wrong, still, it's you have to make the decision in choosing yourself. But it doesn't mean that you don't cry. It does not mean that you don't feel that pain, that anger. But the only difference is now you know your worth, so you will not be on your knees for nobody else but yourself and God. But overall, I'm very happy that we did decide to let this person go, because it would not have been we would have been a completely different person if we had stayed. I promise you that. So I'm very happy that you are now taking care of yourself, pouring into yourself. And I remember at this time you really thought that no one else was going to be able to love you, and this was your only chance, so that's why you kept going back to that person. But that is not true. Okay, they wanted you to think that, but it's not true. And it's okay. We find better, and it does get better. The thing is, when we're in the midst of a heartbreak, we always feel like this is the end of the world, we'll never find anything better. maybe I should just go back to this and forgive that person. But you know what, like, if you think you are a person that can forgive someone and let it go, then that's cool. But one thing I learned from this experience is that I'm not somebody who can forgive you and just let it go, because if I come back into that relationship, I'm going to be angry, I'm going to not trust you, I'm going to have all this anxiety, and every time you say you're going somewhere, I'm not going to believe you. So that's when I also learned that a deal breaker for me in a relationship is cheating. It's cheating. There's no if, buts, or ands about it. There's nothing to talk about after that. I'm not negotiating nothing. It's just, that is what it is. You broke my trust, then that's that. I cannot be a person to give second chances. It didn't work the first time, and it allowed me to learn myself that it only makes me angry to see that person after that. So yeah, so those are my messages. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with somebody that might find it interesting. I don't know, but yeah, okay, have a good day. Bye. Love you guys.